Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. Today we're going to do what I'm going to call an after action report from the Windrock trip. I did several videos leading up to it with skid installation, with our trip to SFJ to have them install some skids. So I kind of want to just go over everything and show you some cool swag that Nino got for me when we were there, because the whole point of the trip was I wanted to do something epic for my 50th birthday, and I turned 50 a week before we went out there. And in case you're wondering what this background is, let me show you. So this was hanging in my tattoo studio that I go to, Therapy Inc. And this is my lower leg sleeve that I have. And another thing we're going to be doing today that makes it kind of more fun is we're going to be sipping on a little bit of Grandpa's cough medicine. I'm drinking Maker's Mark bourbon out of a Jack Daniel's glass, because I haven't found a Maker's Mark glass that I like yet. But my stepdad gave me these really nice Jack Daniel's tumblers. So day one was amazing. That was the one thing I really wanted to do, was get out to that Panther Rock, because I had watched a whole bunch of videos on it. And that was off of Trail 51. And Trail 51 turned out to have probably some of the best video opportunities, thanks to Nino being Nino in the wild. So I'm going to throw in a couple of those highlights right here. Enjoy. Welcome to another episode of What Had Happened Was. So what was our mindset in this one?
Taking a little more challenging line. The GoPro video is going to be pretty interesting.
Holy shit!
Not go that way.
Holy crap, dude. So there's Nino doing Nino things in the wild, because that's what he's happy doing, and God bless him. And that's why we get along so well, because we're polar opposites. And then I think the best part of the day for me was when we got out to Panther Rock. And I'm terrified of heights, but I didn't care. I backed onto that thing.
Straight. Perfect. Keep going. Keep going. Stop. Too good.
And it was sketchy at best, because there's parts where there's, parts of that Panther Rock where you look down through the cracks of the rock and you can see, nothing, like the ground below. So here we go. Got the Mojave out on the rock. Holy shit. Yep, be careful. So I was just like, all right. But I did it anyway, and got some great photo opportunities from that. So day one was pretty epic, and right away I was sold that Windrock was a place that I definitely wanted to continue to come back to. And that was only day one. We still had 2 days to go. So on day two, the objective was to get the Badge of Honor Trail for 26. Now keep in mind, Nino already had all these badges. So he's doing all this for me just so that I could, get my badges. So that ended up being, first thing in the morning. We head out on the trail right outside of our cabin, and we're in 4 low, like almost right away. And I wasn't quite ready yet, and I was doing a whole lot of skid testing. That sounded like a tie rod again. Damn it. So once we got to the trail, I recorded the entirety of the trail, start to finish. So I wanted it to be something useful for people if they wanted a realistic, you know, idea of what it's going to be like when you go on the trail. And it ended up being really fun. Honestly, the trails leading up to it and afterwards seemed more challenging than 26, but it was still a good trail. I enjoyed it. I would do it again in a heartbeat. It was a great trail. Day 3, we did a lot of exploring. We came across this little rock formation feature. I don't know what the hell you want to call it, but if I remember right, I believe it was called Bear Wallow. And Nino saw it when we were driving through. And here's pretty much what we saw. Well, we found this cool little place. No idea what it is. Some kind of a cave. Hopefully, if there is anything living in it, it stays in there till we leave. Just came by to do a couple photos. Very cool little, I don't know what the hell this is, but it's cool. Yeah, there we go. We'll call it a rock formation. Make it sound fancy. Pretty cool. Nino found that when we were driving down 88. So the objective of day 3 was to let Nino explore some trails that he had not seen before, because he had been there previously. And we hit up some really cool trails. Honestly, I think it was one of the most fun days out of the 3 because there was no agendas. It was, let's just go explore, and we did. And that's the great thing about Windrock is you don't have to have a fully built Jeep or vehicle. I don't like using the R word, rig. I don't like rig. Rig is an 18-wheeler with a trailer. That's how I grew up. An 18-wheeler is a rig. All these people call every off-road vehicle a rig. It drives me absolutely crazy. Okay, I'm done with my rant. I think I need a sip now. So anyway, it was a great day because we had no agenda. This trail, I think it ended up being like 27 miles one way. There was no way in hell we were going to be able to accomplish it in one day, but we gave it our best. And then at whatever point we decided we were just going to say, okay, far enough. And we came back, and then we hit up the general store, ate a little bit of food and got back on the trail, hit up trail 22, which was right there just outside the parking lot. Took us over, I think, to trail 23, which literally dumped us out right by our lodge. I just noticed that the cabin is called Trail 22 Lodge. Obviously, I'm not the quickest.
I never noticed that.
And we're back.
And I booked it, so don't feel bad.
And if you don't know what I'm talking about on any of this stuff, I'm going to have just links in the description for trail days 1, 2, and 3. And just go ahead and check them out. It was a really fun adventure. And then feel free to check out any of our other adventures, because we had a really good time at Roush Creek earlier in the year. And then we also had time to do a walk around of Nino's Jeep. I've been trying to get this done for the last year and a half. And
Trying to record.
all right, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Nino, and this is my 2021 Jeep Gladiator Mojave.
And it never works out. So we got it done this time. I'll link that in the description as well. He's got an amazing Jeep, and he drives it like his hair's on fire, and it holds up. So it's a true testament to the Jeep brand and the Jeep Gladiator for any of you doubters out there. And then, we had a really cool cabin / lodge, which I do a walk around in full detail at the very end of day 3. And it was just so relaxing. I mean, you go outside in the morning, you literally hear roosters crowing. Day 1 of Windrock is about to begin. The roosters are ready. Got this really cool cabin. If you look at this road right here. Go up that road a little bit, hang a right, you're on your first trail at Windrock. That's how close we are. And dogs barking, it was just great. So it was an amazing trip. My skid plates, like I said before, they held up great. I had no damage. I would take after photos for you, but I haven't done my super anal retentive Jeep cleaning like I typically do, because I've done enough of them this year that I've just like ran it through the car wash a couple times. I'm like, good enough till spring. Now with that said, what do I mean by good enough till spring? I don't off-road in the winter because I spend a whole lot of money that I don't have and won't have for a long time on Jeep parts, and I don't want them to get messed up by road salt and brine and all that stuff that we deal with here in northern Ohio. So she's got a couple more weeks until she gets put into hibernation for the winter, which I'll probably do a video to show, you know, the few things that I do for that. So it was a great trip. We did Trail 51, and here's some of the birthday gifts that Nino gifted to me. And this was all from the store. This Trail 51 sign, which I thought was cool. I didn't know he just walked out and handed it to me. He got me this really cool sign, Panther Rock. It looks like all kinds of different license plates. And then this badge, it looks like a badge of honor badge for Panther Rock, which I thought was really cool. I have my Panther Rock badge. And then after we got done on day 2, he got me this Trail 26 sign. So all this is going to be up in, or these 3 will be up in the garage next spring. I'm saving until then, and then I'll have a video putting on our badge of honor badges. But I also have my Trail 26 badge. I don't know if that's coming through or not, but either way, I have it. And then we'll also be putting this Trail 51 on there as well. All right, so as far as channel update stuff goes, I've kind of already went over the fact that Natasha is going to hibernate for the winter here in a couple weeks. Still got a few more weeks. We took her out to Walmart today. Pretty big deal. But again, with the weather and the road salt, it's just not worth it to drive it. And we don't really go anywhere in the winter anyway, because I don't like to drive in the snow and the ice and all that crap. So that's what Phoebe's for. We get her undercoated with the fluid film and all that jazz. So let's see. As far as the channel goes, so we're going to get back into the Gridland part of Gridland Jeepers. And with Gridland, it's kind of a broad stroke of what we're going to do. We do like to cook on our Blackstones. Absolutely love it. But we don't always cook. Sometimes, my wife is an amazing cook / baker. So she recently just did a chili video, a homemade chili video, because she made me some chili before she left for a week in October. Because she knows when she's not here, I eat to survive. So whatever that means to you, that's what it is. I don't try to do anything fancy. I just eat it to survive. So she made me this huge pot of chili, and it lasted me the entire week. But she never got to taste it. So I'm like, you have to try this. So she made it again. I'm not going to tell you anything more. You're going to have to check out the video that I'm going to post here in a couple days, because it's already done and we're already enjoying the chili, and it's amazing. And if you like chili or know somebody who likes chili, it's a simple recipe, but it is freaking delicious, and you're going to love it. So you're going to have to try it. But we're going to focus more on the Gridland part during the colder months. So we're going to obviously come Thanksgiving and Christmas, which we're very big on Thanksgiving and Christmas. We do a lot of shorts. We do a lot of cooking videos. Go back and look. Again, I put everything in playlists. So we have I don't remember what the playlist is called, but it's not DIY and it's not Off-Road Adventures. It's the other one. It might be even called Cooking. But go back and look on it. We have some really good shorts and some regular length videos of things that we've made in the past. And we're going to continue to do that this year. And I just don't want to not put anything out during the cold seasons. So as far as next year goes, we have Medusa. If any of you remember Medusa, or if you're new to the channel, you may not know Medusa. We're going to be focusing on Medusa next year. She is our basket case problem child, absolutely hates me Jeep. We bought off my buddy Scott Brown, who works at SFJ 4x4, and ever since she's gotten to me, she's given me nothing but headaches. Wasn't headaches before, but she hates me. So I accepted the challenge. So next year, she's going in, and I'm gonna basically have them go over absolutely everything, flush every kind of fluid there is in her, and we'll go into more detail on that next year. But let's just say we're gonna exercise the shit out of some demons next year, and that thing will run whether it wants to or not, or I'm going to sell it and just be done with it. So I've owned it for over 2 years now, and I haven't even put 5,000 miles on it, and I'm at my wit's end. So over the last year, I've been setting aside, let's just say, a whole lot of money that I really never thought I'd put aside for a Jeep of this age. But I am absolutely determined to make this thing love me, or die trying. She may win in the end, I don't know. I want to focus next year on Ohio exploration and adventuring. I want to take, hopefully, Medusa, if she, well, we've been over that. Hopefully, the plan is we're going to take Medusa and Natasha, and we're going to explore some things in Ohio that I've been wanting to explore for a very long time. I've lived in this state my entire life, minus my Navy career, and there's very little of it that I've ever seen. Totally my fault, but I'm going to remedy that. And we want to adventure, we want to see things, and we want to do a lot of Blackstone cooking on the tailgate, because we bought a griddle 2 summers ago and we've used it twice. So I want to get Medusa fixed up so that we can take her. We have 3 big dogs, and we want to be able to all go together and do trails and do sightseeing and all kinds of cool stuff. So that's the plan. The long story, not short. And let's see what else. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Windrock was a blast. Speaking of Windrock, the one thing I wanted to make sure that I brought up. You may or may not have watched my pre-Windrock loadout, where I packed everything. I showed you everything that I bring and how I'm going to take it. Yeah, that loadout, I absolutely hated it. Every time I wanted to get into that box, it was a pain in the ass. And, my bad. Tried something, didn't like it, we're going to try something else. So, depending on how long you've been with this channel, you know I used to have a decked system for the bed. The original one. I sold that. Only regret it when I go off-road, but now I'm starting to regret it more for various reasons, which I won't get into now. So the plan in the next year or so is I'm going to get the updated version, the single drawer version of the decked, for adventure trips, off-road trips, and just day-to-day use. Natasha's not a daily driver, but there are times when we want to go places and do things. It would be nice to have that as an option again. So just being honest with you, I made a whole video on it. I thought it was gonna be great, and it sucked. So I'm not gonna do that again. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, that'll be in the description as well. That's pretty much it. I just wanted to touch base and do a pretty open, I'm not gonna say one take, because I say too many things the wrong way. Has nothing to do at all with Maker's Mark, but I just wanted to touch base with everybody and have a conversation and let you know what's going on and how the trip was and all that stuff. Until the next time, stay safe, and we'll see you again soon.